Hello, my name is Julieta Madrigal and I will present my CLIL reflection for this subject. First of all, I'll begin with a couple of definitions. CLIL is an approach to bilingual education in which both curricular content such as science and English are taught together. This is by Gradol. We have another one by March, who says that CLIL refers to a dual-focused educational context in which an additional language is used as a medium in the teaching and learning on non-language context. A quick summary of CLIL. I can talk about ages. It is recommended to start early at school age, children between 6 and 8 years old, so that CLIL has a better impact on their learning. All subjects can be taught through CLIL, although there is a preference for science and social science subjects. CLIL can be practiced in many different ways. For example, there could be topic-based language classes, themes or blocks, didactic units, entire courses, plurilingual degree courses, bilingual syllabus, and immersion schools. In Mexico, we usually find some bilingual schools and some books that are topic-based, or they have teams or blocks. Also, it is very important to consider the 4 C's stated by Dr. Coyle of Nottingham University, which are content, communication, cognition, and culture when teaching through CLIL. The types of activities we can find using CLIL are 4. The first one is to enhance peer communication, where students are expected to assimilate conceptual context plus communicative competence. Number 2, to develop reading strategies where texts, often authentic, are conceptually and linguistically dense. Number 3, to guide students' production. This focus on the planning of production, and there are minimum warranties because we don't know what students are going to produce. And number 4, to engage cognitive skills. This is aiming to making students think, offer a range of opportunities to employing a range of operations. Some thoughts on CLIL that I would like to include in this presentation are include the Holy Trinity, concepts, procedure, and language. CLIL prefers an approach of reverse PPP, which is production, practice, and presentation, opposed to the presentation, practice, production approach. And number 3, according to psycholinguistics, the more higher operations are involved in a task, the greater the probability of linguistic retention. So these are some important thoughts that I like to consider for CLIL. Some tips to carry out a CLIL activity would be processing the text. Use a text that contains visuals so it is easier for students to understand. Identification and organization of knowledge. Use diagrams for classification, groups, hierarchies, flow diagrams of timelines. This will help students focus on both language and content, and this will help them organize the knowledge they are getting. Tasks for students. Provide suitable tasks which integrate the 4 skills. This is very important, taking into account the learning purpose and learner styles and preferences. And number 4, make sure the lessons combine elements from the 4 C's that I mentioned previously. Content, we need to have progression in knowledge, skills, and understanding. For communication, using language to learn while learning to use language. Cognition, developing thinking skills which link concept formation. And culture, which is very important, exposure to alternative perspectives and shared understandings, which deepen awareness of otherness and self. So these are some tips that we should keep in mind in order to carry out an activity, a CLIL activity, or a CLIL course in its entirety. Finally, I have an example of an activity to use CLIL. This was taken from the book Open Mind Level 2. In this particular activity, we are focusing on reading. At the beginning of the activity, we have a note talking about pronouns, which will be the focus of the reading. But the important thing here is that the reading material is an authentic material talking about the United Kingdom. So students, this activity would be type 1 activity to enhance peer communication in the activities they will carry out after they do the reading. And type activity number 2, which is to develop reading strategies, and students need to identify some particular vocabulary. In this case is the pronouns. So this activity can be used as an example of a CLIL activity, although it is it is taken from a book that is designed to teach English, but it is a kind of CLIL activity. In the second picture, we have 2 exercises that come after doing the reading, where students have to identify the pronouns and what they refer to. These pictures were taken from the teacher's book, that's why the answers are already marked. So as I said, we can promote peer communication through these activities because they will be working in pairs as exercise number 3 asks. They will be talking about the grammar they are using, although it doesn't specifically say that they are using or that they are focusing on grammar, but they are identifying pronouns, and that is a grammar point. So that would be all for my presentation. I hope I have fulfilled all the requirements, and I was really happy to finish this course and to finish this activity. Thank you. Here are the references.